Hi everyone, in this video we are going to see how to make butterfly stitch type 1. Please subscribe our channel for learning aari embroidery and seeing the blouse designs. For seeing the basic videos, please click the name Fashion Trendy below this video. It moves into the channel. On the playlist you can learn all the basic videos. Thank you for subscribing this channel. So for the butterfly stitch, I had drawn 2 straight lines and I'm stitching chain stitches on the straight lines. So for the first type, I am going to use load stitch, straight load stitch for this butterfly. There are 2 stitches I already mentioned. One is based on the straight load stitch and the other one is based on the same load stitch but in the slanting position, and it will be little differ. So for this first method, I had drawn 2 lines and had completed chain stitches. So on the chain stitch, I am doing the load stitch. So I already taught about this load stitch in the basic classes. So if you want, you can check it. Otherwise, you can see this also. So there will be 2 stitches, one long stitch and a small short stitch. The long stitch will end below the line and the short stitch will be above the straight line. So one will be below the line and the other stitch will be above the line. So this pattern will continue for the load stitch. This is the load stitch or satin stitch in the straight way. You can see all the stitches are in the standing position, that means in the straight line. But for the second stitch, the stitches, all the slanting satin stitch will be in the slanting position. I will put in the next video. So where we will use this butterfly stitch means we can use it in the neck outline, that is in the neck border. Few people like this butterfly stitch. So it may be look like a doll or it may be look like a so it is simple thread work. So some people like this thread works. So if you want, you can also use this in the some of the designs where the center line you want the stitch to be different. Example, when we are making a pot design, we can use this in the middle of this line, middle of the pot, so that it will be different. So after completing, we will make the butterfly stitch. So it's very simple and it's very easy stitch. But when we are making this satin stitch or load stitch, for this butterfly, please don't make the stitches very close to each other. We have to make the stitches little apart so that only we can make the butterfly stitch. Otherwise, we can't punch the needle for making the tightness for the butterfly stitch. So make the stitches little, that means pinholes size difference, so that the space should be like a pinhole. So it will be easy, so that when we make the design, butterfly design, it will be easy for us. When all the stitches are very close, we can't make the. So now I am giving outline. So after completing the load stitch, I am going to give outline with the same color thread. If you want, we can use the zari thread or the alternate colors. I'm using same. For the first stitch, use the same color thread. It will be well and good. Because when we making the buttonhole, there will be, when we making the load stitch, there will be little holes when we are pulling back. So that when we are giving outline, the holes won't be shown outside. If you want, we can also give the beads outline also. So now, after giving the outline, I'm going to make the butterfly stitch. So for that I had taken the beads also. If you want, we can use the beads, otherwise the no need of bead also. So first from the starting I am making the 2 chain stitches by pulling the thread inside, so that we are going to make the stitches like an X shape. So when it happens means we are pushing the thread from the front to inwards and making the 2 little chain stitches. So after that, after 5 strands, we are making a small stitch and pulling back and then going to use the beads. If you want, we can use the beads, otherwise simple thread is also enough. So I am using zari for that. So first you can see I am pushing the thread inside and making 2 small chain stitches. So if we make the 2 small chain stitches, then only the center part will become like a X shape, that means in the butterfly shape. So that for that we are pushing the thread and making 2 chain stitches and then stitching a stitch and then pulling back the thread. So when we are pulling back also, the center part will become tight and it will look like a butterfly or X shape. So after that, giving a beads. If we want, we can use the beads, otherwise no need. This is a single first type of the butterfly stitch. So I am telling once again. First we are pushing the thread from the front side and making 2 chain stitches, so that stitch will be under the threads. So then making the 1 stitch as we did like this. So we have to push back the thread and we have to make the stitch under the thread, and then I'm going to give the beads and going to make the next stitch. That's the butterfly stitch. So thank you for watching.